Welcome to the Dependent Tuition Assistance Benefits Overview video, presented by Human Resources Benefits Administration. The Ohio State University is proud to provide access to high-quality benefits that support your dependents' professional and educational goals. This benefit, available to eligible employees, is part of the total rewards package that comes from working at Ohio State. Today, we will be covering the essential details of the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit. Topics will include benefit eligibility, an overview of the benefit, application requirements and key deadlines, taxation, and we'll wrap up the video by reviewing some additional information. Now, let's dive into the details of the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit. We'll begin by identifying who is eligible for this valuable benefit. The Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit is available to spouses and unmarried dependent children of employees in a 50% FTE or greater position in a regular term appointment. Employees must be working in an eligible employment on the first date of the academic term to which the benefit applies. For purposes of this plan, eligible dependent children include biological children, stepchildren, adopted children, or foster children that reside with the eligible employee for at least 5 years. Please note, dependent children do not have to reside with their parents while using the benefit. Now that we know who is eligible to receive the benefit, let's review some additional plan details. For an eligible dependent of one eligible employee, the plan will cover 50% of the dependent's general and instructional fees up to a maximum of $4,820 per term. For an eligible dependent of two eligible employees, the plan will cover 75% of the dependent's general and instructional fees up to a maximum of $7,230 per term. Each eligible dependent may receive dependent tuition assistance benefits for a maximum of 8 total semesters or 140 credit hours, whichever is greater. The benefit covers instructional and general fees only. Examples of fees not covered include, but are not limited to, application fees, registration fees, late fees, activity fees, books, and non-resident fees. Next, we will discuss the application requirements and the order in which steps should be taken when applying for the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit. First, students should apply and enroll in classes. Then, employees will apply for the benefit online through Workday by the benefit deadline posted in the Enrollment Schedule section of the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit website. To enroll in the benefit, eligible employees must complete an application each term for the dependents they intend to receive the benefit. It is recommended that employees submit a Dependent Tuition Assistance application by the initial fee deadline to ensure taxation is distributed over the maximum number of paychecks. If dependents are on a wait list for class, employees should still submit an application by the enrollment deadline to ensure credit is applied in the case the dependents are accepted. The next two slides will provide a summary of how taxation is applied to the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit so that you can plan ahead. However, please note, the university does not provide individual tax advice. The federal government does not tax undergraduate tuition assistance benefits for an eligible employee's legal spouse. However, graduate and professional level tuition assistance benefits for an employee's legal spouse are subject to federal taxation. Plan participants are fully responsible for any taxable liability. For additional information, please contact your personal tax advisor. Undergraduate dependent tuition assistance benefits for an eligible employee's child are exempt from federal taxation if the child can be claimed as a tax dependent on the employee's federal income tax return for the calendar year in which the benefit is to apply. Graduate and professional level tuition assistance benefits for children are subject to federal taxation. If two eligible parents both work at the university and apply for the benefit for a single dependent, the first parent that applied will be subject to any taxable liability for the applicable term. Taxation of the 75% dual parent tuition assistance benefit will be determined each term. Plan participants are fully responsible for any taxable liability. Additional information is available in IRS Publication 970 and on the Dependent Tuition Assistance Plan document. Please contact your personal tax advisor for more details. Generally, in the event of a change in employment status, the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit will cease immediately after the academic term in which such change in employment status occurs. However, there are a few exceptions, including but not limited to university retirement, death, military leave, and a reduction in force. For additional information regarding how a specific change in employment status will impact the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit, please review the Change in Employment Status section on the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit website. Now, we will review some additional information to consider when applying for the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit. To ensure a smooth enrollment process, employees should verify dependent Social Security numbers are listed correctly in Workday and Buckeye Link. Dependents must have their Social Security number on file with Buckeye Link before Dependent Tuition Assistance benefits can be processed. If dependents need to change or update their Social Security number, they must submit a form to the registrar's office. See the registrar site at registrar.osu.edu for additional information. Employees are required to elect the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit by the application deadline for each term the benefit is to apply. Once the application has been completed, dependents should verify the tuition benefit has been applied by reviewing their student statement of account before the application deadline. Lastly, for a dependent of 2 employees, both employees must submit Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit applications for the dependent to receive the 75% benefit. Taxation of the dual parent tuition assistance benefit will be determined per term by the parent submitting enrollment first. For more detailed information regarding the Dependent Tuition Assistance benefit, please visit the Dependent Tuition Assistance website at hr.osu.edu/benefits/tuition-assistance. If you have questions regarding your benefits, you can submit a ticket through the Submit a Request link on the HR Connection portal at hrconnection.osu.edu, email HR Connection at hrconnection@osu.edu, or call HR Connection at 614-247-6947.